Here we go with Strange New Worlds, the Elysian Kingdom. This is episode 8 of season 1. Hello out there, I'm the oldest nerd, and I want to tell you first of all that I will be out next week. There's only 2 more episodes of Star Trek Strange New Worlds coming up in this season, and we will be a little late in getting next week's out because we're taking a week's vacation, me and the entire family, so we hope that you can bear with us as we're a little late with the next one, but we'll also include some vacation pictures if you're interested. Anyway, today we're talking about the Elysian Kingdom. This is based on a fairy tale that Dr. Mbenga is reading his daughter. And his daughter is, of course, as you know, incurably diseased and is kept alive basically by holding her in a transporter buffer. And because of the nature of transporter buffers breaking down, she has to be materialized from time to time in order to renew the buffer. And in doing so, the doctor is able to visit with her, and he's read her this same fairy tale many times over, more times than he realizes. Although to her, it always seems like every night it's the same thing. Be that as it may, the situation this time is that she has disappeared. They were out of the transporter buffer because they had gone into a nebula that they were investigating and found that they could not warp their way out of it. Something was happening, and in trying to do so by going to impulse engines, Ortegas was knocked out of her chair and injured herself. And Dr. Mbenga was called to the bridge, and when he gets to the bridge, it is laid out like a fairy tale king's court. And he's wearing a crown and a robe, and Captain Pike is dressed as a loyal subject who is kind of a sniveling type, and Ortegas is the noble knight, and there are other characters of the main crew that take on different characterizations. Now, Mbenga seems to know what's going on. No one else does. Everybody else seems to believe who they are in the story, and they do mesh with the story that he's been reading. And so he's able to fake his way through because he knows how the story goes. Thinks that perhaps the nebula somehow has taken this story from his mind and made this all happen. Now, he's trying to figure out what's happened and how to get out of it, and finds that Engineer Hemmer is also not under the impression that he's one of these characters. He's been dragged down a corridor and doesn't know what's going on. He says because of his psychic capabilities that he was able to block this this mental steerage that would cause everybody else to believe that they were really in this situation. And so it's he and Mbenga who know what's really going on. And so they team up to try to figure out just what it is that's going on. And the first thing they do is try to find the doctor's daughter, who is not in the transporter buffer. And this is concerning to them. And that, among other things, is trying to go. Now, it's a very funny show. It's very well acted, especially with the actor that plays Ortegas. This was her time to actually shine, and so it was very much her show and Mbenga's show. So we see a lot more of both of them throughout this. Minor parts played by the rest of the bridge crew, and all of them delightful. And it was funny. It fit a very science fiction-y feel to it. It was not really derivative of anything because all the characters actually thought they were who they were portraying, except for Mbenga and Hemmer. So we really like this. It was a case of Boltzmann brain. Now, I believe that this is an actual medical condition. I just haven't looked it up, but I imagine that it is. And the doctor was able to realize this. Now, Uhura played the part of the enemy queen, and to the hilt. Spock was a magician, a wizard, and the way he was dressed up, in the fairy tale knight kind of way. My wife called him Hot Spock. It actually worked very well. And everybody, though, did a very good job with it, I think. I recommend this. This is one of the better episodes of an otherwise good season. So please subscribe and give us some time to get the next episode out to you, and we'll have the next two in the next 3 weeks in order to be able to finish out this series of Strange New Worlds. Thank you for joining us. Remember to subscribe, ring the bell so you know when our next video is coming by. We will be reviewing whatever Star Trek comes next. We're continuing on with the Orville. We're going to see what the Star Wars people put out next, and we have also some plans to talk about Halo and go back to our reviews of the original series, which I believe the next one is going to well, I'm not going to give myself away by forgetting what it is, but anyway, we'll continue in order with the original series, and we hope that you'll join us for all of those things. So until then, we'll bring you, when we come back, some vacation pictures if you're interested, and until then, don't go far.